If you are a Muslim, you are supposed to study the Quran like you've never studied any other book in your life before. Harder than any book that you studied in school as you were trying to pass those tests, because life itself is a test. The reason why you're supposed to do it like this is because it is the Quran itself is supposed to ring out in your ears, in your mind, every single time you are faced with certain situations in life. That is the only reason why it exists. It is huda, it is guidance. And this is why you're supposed to study it and remember it and recite verses that tell you what to do, especially verses that are clear, muhkamatum, as God delineates in the 3rd chapter of the Quran, verse 7. As an example, please consider this video. And mind you, there is cursing in this video, but it is what it is. I want to demonstrate how you are supposed to apply the Quran. So watch this video.
I make fun of fucking everybody, Jews and Muslims, everybody, but Muslims are fucking nuts, dude. Like, we have a lot of Muslims at the gym. Fucking love these guys, dude. You know, they're fucking solid motherfuckers. So, one day, fucking, you know, Albert Durov comes up to me and he was like, "Hey, Sean, can I talk to you?" I'm like, "All right, sure, I'll be your wrestling dummy for," and all these little Muslims come in the cage. And I go to, like, get on, like what we did, guard? What position are we in here, Albert? And he's like, no, sit down, Sean. I'm like, oh, fuck me. Muslim dude are super touchy-feely, man. It's so fucking weird, man. Like,
they're friendly.
Super friendly, guys. Super fucking friendly. So he's like, Sean. In my country, I cannot be friends with you. He's like, you say things about Islam. It's pretty much saying that, like, I cannot be friends with you because what you say about Islam. I mean, I'd make fun of Jews, Christians, fucking Scientologists, fucking, you know, make fun of everybody.
Right.
So after that, after he caressed my leg and rubbed my head a little bit, I was like, fuck it, dude, I'm gonna lay off Islam. Albert Durov is why I fucking, you know, I give Islam a fucking pass.
So in this video, you see Sean Strickland, who is an MMA fighter, talking about another Muslim fighter who came to him respectfully and explained to him that he cannot be friends with him because he makes fun of Islam. And there are relevant verses in the Quran about this. So this Muslim brother identified the situation correctly, remembered the verses correctly, and applied them correctly. And I'm going to give you the relevant verses here in order to kind of cement this point of why you need to know the Quran so you can behave correctly. In the 4th chapter of the Quran, verse 140, God tells us, "And indeed he has revealed to you in the book that when you hear God's communications disbelieved in and mocked at, do not sit with them until they enter into some other discourse. Surely then you would be like them. Surely God will gather together the hypocrites and the unbelievers all in hell." So when you hear people talk bad about God, when you hear them make fun about Islam, do not sit with them until they enter into some other conversation. Because if you just sit there listening to that, you're going to be like them. And that is not what a Muslim does. Or in the 6th chapter of the Quran, verse 68, God tells us, "And when you see those who enter into false arguments or false discourses about our communications, withdraw from them." Again, don't sit with them until they enter into some other argument, into some other discourse. "And if the devil causes you to forget, then do not sit after recollection with the unjust people." So if that happens to you once, and then happens to you again, and it happens to you again, you sit around listening to these people mock Islam and make fun of Islam, then God tells you, look, if you can't remember while it's happening, then don't sit around those people. You cannot be friends with them. And this is what this Muslim MMA fighter recognized. Another verse that I want to highlight is how he approached Sean Strickland. In the 16th chapter of the Quran, verse 125, God says, "Call to the way of your Lord with wisdom and goodly exhortation, and have arguments with them in the best possible manner. Surely your Lord knows those who go astray from his path, and he knows best those who follow the right way." So he didn't come to him with intention to fight. He didn't come to him with arrogance or aggression. He came to him with kindness and disputed with him in the best possible manner and explained to him why. And you see the result. God also says in the Quran to repel evil by what is best, and then look, behold, between you and him where there was an argument, he might be as if he was your best friend. And you can see that Sean Strickland responded positively to that approach. This is why you have to know the Quran. You have to recognize situations and you have to react to them correctly. It's like literally sitting for a test. You sit down and you study the answers for the test. Then when you read the test, you recognize the question, you recognize the situation, and then you know which answer to apply to it. And this is Islam. This is the test of life. And this is why you have to study the Quran. This is why you recite it during Salah, so you're supposed to remember. And focus on the verses that are muhkamatum, that are clear. Like, for example, what is Sirat al-Mustaqim? In the 6th chapter of the Quran, verses 151 to 153. Recite that in your Salah. Remember what it is. And things like that, or things like this that I just explained. So forgive me for putting in a video where there's a lot of cursing, but I needed to demonstrate this point. Peace be with you.